Is the one intestinal cleanse from ZenCleanz actually worth it? Today I'll be doing this and walking you through what you can expect. Now I've also done this kit 2 other times, plus the rainbow kit, their lung kit, their kidney kit, almost all the kits from ZenCleanz. So I have quite a bit of experience with them. And I can say that this is the best bang for your buck kit of all the kits they have. And no, I'm not sponsored by ZenCleanz. They didn't send me this kit. I had to pay for it myself. I paid for all the kits that I've ever done. They don't pay me any money directly. I do have an affiliate link if you want to use that and save a few bucks to get your own kit. As someone who used to have irritable bowel syndrome, I used to have a lot of gut issues, constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating. This kit is really good if you have any intestinal issues, as it helps to move things through. Now, unlike antibiotics or other kits where they try to kill something inside, these work like enzymes to eat the plaque off of the intestinal walls and basically give you a cleaning on the inside. So here's my protocol on how I do these. Yesterday I fasted, I did not eat. I highly recommend not eating the day before doing this kit because you want the enzymes to be eating what's in the intestinal walls and not what's in your digestive tract. So let's open this up and I'll show you what you get inside. All right, so we're opening up this bad boy. Basically, when you get inside, you can get the instruction manual, you can do their version. I'm going to give you my take on their version and how I like to do it. We get 10 sachet powders, I'll show you those in a second, and 3 bottles, plus some little chewables here. Now, if you fasted the day before, don't worry about today, you will not go hungry. We're going to be drinking a lot of water, we're going to be taking a lot of the enzymes, they're going to be filling the gut. You will not be hungry doing this kit. So here we have the meal powders. Okay, I'll give you a look at that. And basically it's blueberry, apples, pineapples, raspberries, strawberries. It's a lot of fruits and vegetables. Yeah. Now it's important to note on these, they're going to have a number. So this is the first one that you take. This is the second one that you take. This is the third one that you take. So make sure you follow the order. I do notice a taste difference. So I imagine that there is a difference of the powders inside. So make sure to follow the orders. And then we're going to be mixing these liquids in later on as we go. The only other thing you're really going to need is some sort of a jar or container. Okay, so this is what I have right now. Ideally, those 500 milliliter jars are the best option. You'll see in a second as we use them to measure. But you just basically want to be able to put it in the container, close the lid quickly, shake it really quickly, and then drink it really quickly. So pro tip, I gave this to my niece who had some digestive issues as well. She did the kit. She wanted to take it slower, let's say. I prefer to just do it all at once, but she had to sip it. So if you need to sip it, if you find the powder too thick because you need to drink it quickly before it solidifies and becomes really thick, you can just put in like a quarter of the packet with a quarter of the water. Drink that. You don't have to worry. Then put in the next quarter, drink that, next quarter, drink that, drink that. So you'll notice that every hour, almost every hour, you'll be drinking a packet. So for 10 hours, we're pretty much doing a packet every hour, and twice you're going to take a little break. But again, you can look at the manual for that. So with that being said, let's get started. Firstly, you're going to need some gently hot water here. So I'm going to be using my machine to produce my water, but you can obviously boil water in a pot, a kettle, and I'm going to fill this up about halfway and then throw in my powders. I'm also going to test the water first just to make sure it's not too hot. We don't want to melt the enzymes. Okay, we don't want to overheat them. Okay, so they say if you can stick a finger in there and you're not boiling, it's probably a good temperature. So I got my water. Got number 1 packet. I'm starting at 8 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. I just prefer to finish earlier than later, so adjust the time accordingly. So cut the packet, and you got to go quick on this because this stuff starts to solidify fast. So I take it, we dump. Packet's empty. Make sure to seal that lid good. Give it some shakes. Okay, and here we got our powder. It's quite delicious too. Just gonna add a little bit of water. So basically every hour minus 2 or 3 breaks, we're gonna be doing a packet. And then every half hour, we add another 250 milliliters of water, I believe it is. I have to double check, 250 or 500 mils. But basically by the end of the day, you're drinking about 5 liters of water. Half of that will be with powder. Half of it will just be warm Luke water to help the bowels and everything move. This stuff thickens quick, okay? So my recommendation is to just drink it as fast as you can and enjoy the process. So make sure to set alarms on your phone, okay? Every hour is recommended by the guide, or every half hour is recommended. You don't want to have to go on memory on this or look at it. You want to basically have a chill day where what you do is you take the powders. You don't want to do this on a day where you're working or really stressed or have a bunch of things to do. You want to be relaxed, calm, to allow the digestive system to move. The thing about when you're stressed is that your nervous system and your body sends resources to the muscle tissue and takes it away from the digestive system. So you want to be calm the day you do this because you want your digestive system to have as much resources and blood going to it. In nature, when we're being chased by a lion, our body basically shuts down our digestive system and our restorative systems in order to prioritize resources going to the muscles. So adrenaline, cortisol, pumping us up, getting ready to run, reduces the digestive flow and the ability for the digestive system to work and repair itself. That's why you want to be relaxing and calm when doing this. Cup number 2 coming up. It's actually best to open the whole thing instead of just one hole so you can quickly dump it. So we're doing that, number 2. So definitely take it in the order that they write because this one tastes a lot different than the first one. Still really nice, but this one's a lot more pineapple-y. So do it in the order that they give it to you. Make sure you notice that there is an order to this. All right, so 4th serving is going to be a little bit different. We're going to go with the pack, and we're going to add 30 milliliters of the ZenCleanz liquid. Now, personally, I really don't like the taste of when these both mix. In the guide, it says to mix them together. However, I think on their own, these are pretty good, but together, I can't stomach it. It makes it hard to drink, and it's already hard enough to drink so quickly. So I'm just going to do the pack first, and then I'm going to drink this separately. I also don't have a measuring cup, so I'm just going to be eyeballing about 30 milliliters. And then after I finish this one, I get about an hour and a half, 2 hours break. So I've done 4 in a row. I take about 2 hours break till we do the next set. So let's get this one in. It's thickened pretty quick. All right, so we're gonna go for about half. Okay, 30 mils. Add some water. So for the rest of the cleanse, I'm going to be adding those 2 ingredients. Now the thing is, for me, drinking this much water, I'm peeing like every 20-30 minutes. I recommend being at home, having access to a bathroom. Chances are you're not going to poop or release the same day, be the next day or maybe even the day after. But for me, I need to pee a lot. I'm drinking a lot of water. So let's just get this one in and then we take a little break. Yeah, this one is just like super sweet and calorie dense. It's got a lot of calories in this bad boy. You'll taste it. That's why I watered it down. It's much more palatable now. And with any of these, the liquids, the powders, just like do it in portions. Add more water, reduce the dose. Or like with the powders, if you can't drink the whole thing, the 250 mils in one shot, just do 100 mils, another 100, and then a 50. Drink it as you can. If it takes you 5 minutes to drink it, that's totally fine in my opinion, as long as you get the stuff down. All right, let's get to the next one. Shot number 5. Get her done. Now I'm gonna add approximately 20 milliliters from this and leave about 10 millimeters in the bottom. Looks about right to me. Throw in some water. Not gonna lie, some people I've given this to, they say they really like this, but it's just oof, this is the hard part. Halfway through the cleanse. We keep going. Okay, number 6 coming up. Start a fresh bottle of these 2. I'm gonna try sipping this. Yeah, it's a lot easier and tastier. I'm gonna say it's much easier to just drink it straight from the bottle for me than to dilute it with water. All right, number 6 in the books. All right, time for number 7. I'm definitely feeling the gurgles and the things moving through my guts at this point. Go. All right, just a few more to go. Oh, man, whatever this is, not my favorite, this one. Number 7 in the books, 3 more to go. Number 8. So unfortunately y'all can't hear or feel this, but I'm basically getting crazy grumbles and movement happening in my intestines right now, which frankly feels fantastic. I can feel things moving through, which is great. Now we gotta finish this bottle. Almost finish it. Alright, we'll call that good. Keep in mind on this, we're drinking like 5 liters of water plus, and I've been going to the bathroom like crazy today. So again, warning, if you're doing this, don't go out. You're probably gonna need a bathroom quite often. Alright, I feel like I've been doing this the whole day, like it's just non-stop. Come back, pour a pouch. We're on number 9, if you can see that. So, that being said, I'm quite hyped that it's almost over. Definitely feel my bowels ready to go. I actually had 1 or 2 movements today. I think the first one was mostly just from what I had in my stomach before and just getting something in there. I definitely already had like a little bit of this going through the system. Don't think it'll take me too long to let go of whatever's inside. Alright, time to polish off this bottle and get on to my last one. I'm quite full at this point. Oh. God, I'm glad that one is over. Oh, I remember the first time I did this, I didn't think I'd be able to drink these. So nasty because I was mixing it together, but at least now I can get it down without worrying too much. Alright, only 1 more to go. Alright, and this is my final dose, the 10th one. Drinking up the final packet of the day. I cannot tell you how great it is to get this done, get this finished, to not have to constantly look at my phone and see the alarms going off every hour. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. It's helped you understand what you're going to be doing. Perhaps you're doing it along with me. If you are, just leave a comment down below. Always feel free to ask me any questions with these videos. And the very last thing we're doing is having this final packet of these little crushable capsules, tablets. Basically, they just chew, finish off the last part of this protocol. And just ignore those little pink bracelets around my arms. Just wanted to add a little extra weight while I was walking around today. Very tasty. Hey, so it took me a while to actually get this video together, and as you can see, I have my hair cut at this point. Don't be too distracted by that, but I couldn't find any footage of me after, so the day after, and how I felt, but I do remember, so I'm going to go through that and give you some details as to whether or not this is actually applicable for you to take, or if you don't need this kit at all. If you're interested in seeing how some of the stools will come out with this, I made a video doing the Rainbow Kit cleanse review, which consists of first doing the 1 intestinal cleanse, which I just reviewed, and then on day 5 or 6, you're doing a liver cleanse. So if you want to see the same process, but with me going through my poops for you so you can see the process, that video is available here as well. Since I've already done this kit several times, what I noticed is that the first time I did it, which is when I had severe irritable bowel syndrome, there was actually quite a lot that came out and that looked like mucoid plaque that was very fibrous and thick. And this time around, plus the last few times, it's actually been very smooth. Seems like mostly just the powder coming out with a little bit of other stuff in there. Now that's because my stomach, for all intents and purposes, is completely fine now. And I find myself coming back to these kits after I've traveled to Mexico or Thailand or Bali, where I spend several months of the year, and often get food poisoning there. So when I come back to Canada and I can actually get access to these kits, I usually take them to help clear out anything that might still be attached to me. So that begs the question as to whether or not you really need this digestive kit. Well, I think most people will benefit from it. It is quite pricey. So unless you're actually going through severe digestive problems, something's really stuck in there, you might not want to take it if you don't have any digestive issues, right? So if you were like me a few years ago with severe gut pain, there was a huge noticeable difference after I did the kit. That being said, after I do these kits now more as a preventative, to stop me from bringing something back from these other countries. It doesn't do the same as it did the very first time. So if you've never done the kit before and you're going through digestive issues, highly recommend it. If you don't have digestive issues, it's good as a preventative. If you can spare the money, it's great. Otherwise, this might not be for you. One other thing to mention is that their manual comes with a few extra things you can't be doing, like saunas, abdominal massages, which I didn't go over in this video. So you can also just check out their manual and get a broader scope of the protocol. I've shared with you the main things you're going to be doing with this kit, but there are a few extra things like diet and foods to eat or not eat when you come off of the kit that they recommend. Now, the reason I don't share that is because they do recommend more of a vegetarian style pre and post. That being said, I like to eat a lot of meat. And for me personally, I don't see the need to go into a vegetarian diet. But if you want to follow their strict guidelines, of course, that's always advisable to listen to what the company says and not just my own experience on that. And lastly, of course, if you want to get a little discount on your kit, you can use my affiliate link down below to support me and the channel as well. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one.